Christ almighty, surprise mechanics, loot boxes, whatever you want to call them. Now, you can make a million videos like this, and it's never going to change the fact that loot boxes are here to stay. But it makes me remember a time back in 2007, 2008, when games like Modern Warfare 2 were all the rise. While we were having a great time playing the birth of modern multiplayer gaming, it was pretty evident that getting cosmetics back then was an affair that involved completing challenges, and doing everything in the game was to be given to us. Back then, the only form of monetization was map packs, which I would gladly take over the shit we have today. Now, in today's day and age, loot boxes are the smartest way to sell your game. Now, I used to praise loot boxes, like we were getting free DLC, like in Rainbow Six Siege. Nowadays in Call of Duty, apparently we're going to get free DLC, Battlefield, whatever game, you get free DLC. But when you see loot boxes, season pass, and paid for expansion packs, like all of the devil's tropes in one game, it makes me wonder, dude, am I playing a video game? Or am I going to the fucking store, all right? Like, every day I play any of these video games, they're like trying to peddle shit in front of me. It's gotten to a point where I don't even like touching anything with multiplayer on it, but this MMO that I'm playing now, FF14. The reality of this bullshit, like, the fact that Microsoft, PlayStation, Sony, Nintendo, and any major publisher now requires things like loot box odds, makes me wonder, is this a fucking gambling house, or is it a game? Nowadays, for $60 or 90 Canadian, you don't really get the full games anymore, all right? And it's always pretty much been like this for the last couple years. You buy like a half-ass product, okay? You have to get the fucking season pass for the game. You might as well sell the game for $100 at that point, okay? You might as well sell it for $100, because all you want is $100. Piecing this shit out isn't working, okay? Because not only are publishers like giving us the season passes, they're giving us loot boxes, they're giving us, individual cosmetics. It's at a point where unlocking costumes and in-game cosmetic items aren't really a skill-based thing anymore. It's all dependent on if you buy the battle passes or if you pay for all the microtransactions or whatever. That's what it's come down to. And am I guilty of it? Absolutely. I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I bought Rainbow Six Elite skins. You've seen them on this channel when I show gameplay here and there. It's not, out of the realm. But the reality is, it's gotten to a point where it's like, this is modern day fucking gaming. The only games that I'm excited for now is Death Stranding and Cyberpunk 2077, games that I know won't be coming out with some crazy season pass DLC and whatnot. In fact, most of the in-game cosmetics are earned from what I know. In fact, all of them are earned in those two titles specifically. But any other game on the market, especially from publishers like Activision or Electronic Arts, or at some points even Square Enix now, make me question how much I can rely on games from them. Because now that you want gambling odds on your loot boxes, all right, we've reached a new low. Look, loot boxes were a fucking Pandora's box, no pun intended. Because back in the day, I used to support it. Like I said, free DLC and whatnot. But it's gotten to a point where this is slowly becoming the focal point for a lot of publishers going forward. You can actually see it too. There's a lot less effort put into actually designing the game at this point, and there's more effort designed in actually creating these addictive looking skins, which, yes, to a lot of people, this is what they want to get. They want to set themselves apart, especially whales. So they end up buying a lot of these skins. Do they play the game as much nearly afterwards? No, it's kind of just like a weird flex mentality to have on individuals. That's about it. The concept of loot boxes and cosmetics has been fucking tainted by corporate greed. Because at the end of the day, for Activision, EA, Square Enix, or any big publisher that's creating games of this caliber, it's not even about the game anymore. These games are just digital storefronts for you to show off goods that you can buy and whatnot. I've noticed the quality in the last several games from a lot of big multiplayer titles diminish severely, to the point where you're eschewing single-player mechanics. You're getting rid of, long-time features. You're getting rid of that drive to update and refine your game. You're getting rid of a lot of things just so you can immediately release a half-assed product, but with an intact storefront. Like, you ever notice that? You ever notice how these games nowadays, like last time Battlefield 5 launched, that game had literally no content when it released. Like, it was fucking barren. But they made sure that the store worked day one, because God forbid nobody can buy their microtransactions. That's what I'm trying to ascertain why that's the issue. For game like Red Dead Online, which I was really excited to play, a game that was supposed to have a lot more gameplay elements to it, decided to jam in the store far before they decided to jam in gameplay elements. Like I said, at the end of the day, you're buying a fucking storefront. You're buying a storefront to show off virtual goodies that they're allowing you to purchase and show off to the people around them. And that's why, to me, I'm at sort of a gaming crisis. I have played less newer games. The only games that I've ever touched now that are worth playing to me are simple single-player only games without any form of further DLCs or microtransactions attached to them. And it's almost a slight protest in my opinion, because I like to at least show these big developers that support some single-player games. I will gladly pay $60 fucking for a completed game. None of this loot box shit, none of this season pass shit, none of this crazy shit where I have to buy DLC months, sometimes a year in advance, all right, to have a tangible, meaningful product. What happened to fucking giving a product to the consumer day fucking one? When you buy their game for $60, all right? People, you keep pre-ordering this kind of shit. I have only one game pre-ordered. That's Cyberpunk 2077, because I know that I can trust CD Projekt Red. You know how many other games I've pre-ordered at all from Sony, Microsoft, whatever? Fucking zero. Nada. Because I know at the end of the day, pre-ordering means jack shit. Pre-ordering means you're supporting the same developer over and over and over again, the same publisher, for the same bullshit that they keep peddling out year after year. Ladies and gentlemen, okay? Modern Warfare, okay, whether you pre-order that shit or not, is not going to affect whether you get it. That game is a digital sale. If you buy it digitally, guess what? Pre-ordering means jack fucking shit. You can still download it, you know, like that same person who pre-ordered it, okay? You might not be able to play at midnight, but like I said, you could wait an hour or two for your Call of Duty to download. But giving your money to this fucking publisher, or any publisher in general, that now is required to give their loot box odds for their game that they're half-assing anyways, is not the way to go, ladies and gentlemen. Now we really should stop with the whole loot box trend. We have to stop with this over-monetization, because look, it's not about being entitled. You can't fucking be entitled for something you pay for, okay? They're not running a charity. This isn't a free-to-play game sometimes. Most of these are paid affairs with further monetization on top of it. And the fact that a lot of these things are designed to goad little kids into spending mommy's credit card to purchase that fucking retarded new skin, that's disgusting, that's sick, and I'm glad at some point there's some regulation, at least from the game perspective, like at least from the Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo side, to actually counteract some of this stuff. Because while it's not enough, it's a good start. And it's something that really is ultimately toxic to video gaming in general. That's really all I gotta say about the loot box epidemic, guys. I know that I've made several videos on it before, but at the end of the day, man, as time goes on, and the more and more I objectively look at this shit, honestly, the more and more I play single-player games nowadays, the more I just realize we're entering we're entering a hellhole going forward, especially in the next few years, especially now that cloud gaming is becoming a thing. We might actually lose discs, for crying out loud, past the next generation. It's entering this weird dark age of video games. But to be honest, I don't really care too much, because like I said, I have a giant backlog of video games anyways. I've always told myself if video games ever reach a point where they become fucking full-on casinos, then I'm just going to go back, load up some good old PCSX2, and finish a library of PS2 games that I haven't even touched at this point. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike if you dislike it. I am out.